Hey, Booze. Hey, it is your girl, the Rising Phoenix Empath, coming at you from Maryland. And I want to jump on today. And today's topic is monitoring spirits. Who are they? What do they want? And why are they here? Why do they do what they do? So that's what today's video is about today. Chosen ones, I wanted to do this video because we're on the journey, right? That journey involves growth and evolution, speaking your truth. That journey involves, in some cases, even exposing lies and exposing people for the fraudulent human beings that they are and the mentally challenged people that they are, right? And you can do that without even yelling their names, right? Because I get on here a lot and I talk about my experiences, my human experience with people. And I know that it's a very spiritual thing, even though they're human beings. But I talk about these things. I don't say names. I don't name drop. And I'm not here to, I'm not here to do a reverse smear campaign. I'm just here to speak my truth and spread awareness and, hopefully in hindsight, bless somebody and be, a guide, so to speak, of how you move through these things, how you move through life when life is life and when people are people, and how do you move through these things? How do you stay your authentic, empathic self? How do you stay on the path to your destiny, right? And I'm just, I do believe that experience is one of the best teachers, right? And when you experience such things, you have to share, because I know that on my journey, at my lowest points, I saw somebody's video that helped me, that blessed me, and that even inspired me to move past the pain, to move past the heartbreak, to move past the betrayal, and to get to destiny, right? So that's, why I do what I do. But the question is, monitoring spirits, who are they? Okay? So, who are they? The monitoring spirits are your haters. The monitoring spirits are your betrayers. And the monitoring spirits could also be, the lower level imps sent by your haters or your betrayers. And all of these things are different, right? So your hater is just that. Your hater is somebody that's just hating. And they're jealous, right? They're jealous of you. And they're just a freaking hater. Right? They don't want to see you progress in life. They don't want to see you doing better than them. They don't even want to see good things happening for you in life. Right? These are your haters. These are the people that spy on you and that see what you got going on and try to emulate that in their own lives. You write a book, they want to write a book. You come out with the business, they come out, they want to do the same kind of business, the same thing. You on a journey for spiritual awakening, and all of a sudden they're on a journey, to spiritual awakening. And don't get me wrong, because you can't time these things. It happens when it happens, right? And if it's authentic, it's authentic. But a lot of times your haters, they're the people looking at your profile that'll never like your posts. They'll never like your pictures. They'll never support your endeavors, but they will always be inspired by those things, and they try to emulate it themselves. And let me just say, your haters can be people that and your haters can be just people, that see you from a distance and just is a hater, right? So that is who monitoring spirits are. Monitoring spirits are haters, okay? Monitoring spirits can also be betrayers, okay? Now, your betrayers is different than the hater, all right? Because your betrayers, well, they're one and the same. They can be both, right? But your betrayer is somebody that you know, somebody within very, close proximity to you. They have access to your space, to your life. They know your secrets. They know your aspirations. They know your goals and your dreams. Okay? And these betrayers, they betray you because they see something in you that they themselves want to acquire. And so they really try to take tangible things from you. They really try to take tangible opportunities from you. They really try to steal anything, that anything could be a job, it could be a person, could be a boyfriend, could be a husband, could be a girlfriend, could be a best friend, could be just, any authentic relationship or any favor that they see that you have. They want to be you. They are your betrayers, and they betray you with the mindset of really trying to be you and trying to be like you and trying to feel like they're at least comparable to you. Okay? These are the monitoring spirits. And there's a third category of monitoring spirits. And there's more, I'm sure. These are just the categories that I'm talking about today in this video. The third category is the lower level people, the lower vibrational people and imps sent by your haters or betrayers to spy on you. Okay? These are your monitoring spirits, and they're always monitoring because they want to know what you're doing. They want to, they want to know so that they can emulate. They want to know so they can find a way to ruin and destroy what you're trying to build. They're monitoring spirits. So that is who they are. What do they want? I kind of just said that, right? I had to catch myself. They want to know if you're thriving. They want to know if you have come to the realization of who you are, chosen ones. Because they may not have ever told you, but they see the light. They see the special thing, that special sauce, that anointing, that God-given thing that God has blessed you and anointed you with. They see it. They knew you when you had no clue. And they're in the shadows praying, Preying, praying and doing little impish, hateful things to make sure and to ensure you never come into the realization of who you are. So when they no longer have access to you, they're curious. They want to know if you've come into yourself, if you realized you're a chosen one, if you realize what your destiny is, if you realize how gifted you are, if you realize the light that you exude. They want to know if you've come into that realization. They also want to know if you're thriving in life, which they really hate to see. But they can't help themselves but to look on, and they need to know if you're thriving. Because if you're thriving, they really want to know how you're doing it again, so that they can either destroy your efforts or emulate it or copy it in some way. Okay? They also want to know if your full potential has come to fruition. They saw the potential in you, chosen ones. They see the potential in you, chosen ones, these monitoring spirits, your haters, your betrayers, and the lower level imps that are sent by them, right? These people see your potential. Okay, you have so much favor and anointing on your life that even some of the lower level imps that have come to spy on you and look at your social media pages and see what you're talking about and see what you're doing so they can go back and report back. Like, who has that kind of time? Like, how pathetic are you? How pathetic are we that we're doing this? That there are people that actually do this, and you're wondering why chosen ones are thriving and you are not, because you're putting too much energy into things that really have nothing at all to do with you, really not your business. Okay? So, but they want to know if you're thriving. They want to know how you're doing, how you living. And even though they hate to see it, they can't look away. And so they themselves spy on you, or they send their lower level imps to spy on you to report back to them. Right? They want to know, specifically, this is for your betrayers. They want to know if you're still in the same spot they left you. You know, when somebody hurts you, when somebody betrays you, because see, betrayal can't come from somebody that isn't close to you. It's not betrayal. You know, it might be wrong or cruddy, but it's not betrayal. It's betrayal when it comes from inside, when it comes from a friend. Okay, Judas betrayed Jesus. He was one of the 12. He was in close proximity. He knew where he was going to be. He knew, he just knew a lot. He knew what made him vulnerable. And he went back and reported that. And for, I forgot how much silver. I think, was it 10 pieces of silver? 10 or 30 pieces of silver? They want to know if you're in the same spot where they left you. When somebody hurts you and betrays you, it's so devastating. And they really try, in a lot of cases, to deliver the death blow to you during your betrayal. Right? This is why these people have people who will go online and spy on you for them. Because not only did they betray you, but they even, in some cases, not all, but in some cases, they gathered others. Right? They gathered people. And they took people away from you because it wasn't enough just for them to walk away and break your heart and be done. They didn't want anybody to love you. They didn't want anybody to care for you. They didn't want you to have anybody in your front row to help you, to pray for you, to love you back to health, to love you back, from the devastation they put you through. They hate you and they want everybody else to hate you. And so, they want to make sure that you're still in the exact same spot that they left you. And they want you in that spot for two reasons. One reason is just because, it's the hater in them. It's just the hater in them. The other reason is these people are happy when you're doing bad. They do not want the best for you. They do not want the best for you, and it validates them and makes them feel better about themselves when life is life and when things aren't going as you would have hoped they would go in your life, and they love to see that. Okay? And also, they want to know if you're speaking your truth. They want to know if you're exposing them for the frauds they are, for the sociopathic, narcissistic liars that they are. They want to know if you're talking about what they did because, these people are on social media posting about how good God is. These people who betray you and who lied on you, who smeared your name, and rather than really deal with what they have done and what the outcome of those lies and false narratives, the consequences of those things, rather than really deal with them, they would really rather perpetuate a fake beef with you as if you've done something to them. And so deep down, they've smeared your name to anybody who'd listen. And I'm going to tell you, chosen ones, most of the people that they talked to did listen. And, most of the people that they talked to delighted in what they heard about you. Simply because some people, not because you have a history, not because you have a history of lying, not because you have a history of stealing, not because you have a history of doing any of these things, but because some people are so envious and jealous hearted of you, chosen ones, that they need to think the very worst about you. They need to think the very worst about you because looking at you in the realization of who you are sheds so much light on their demons. Sheds so much light on the areas in their lives they need to work on. And so they hate to see you for who you really are. And so they damage your they attempt to damage your reputation, and in some cases they do. But let me tell you, chosen ones, anybody that knows you knows. If you know, you know. And if you go along with it, it's because you needed to. And you are not for me. Chosen ones, the people that went along with this, they aren't for you. They're not your people. Let them go. We're not in the business of changing anybody's mind. Believe them. Because I'm not explaining myself to you, especially when I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect woman. I have a lot of idiosyncrasies, about myself. You know what I mean? I do. But I'm a well-meaning woman. I go into every relationship, every situation, with an open heart, with a pure heart, and with the best of intentions for everybody. Right? I'm not saying sometimes, I'm not misunderstood. I am. We all are. But when you're good to your core and you go in and you live your life in such a way that you go into every situation with the best of intentions. You don't go in trying to hurt, manipulate, or use people, abuse people. Right? These people, they want to know if you're talking, if you're telling your truth, if you're exposing them. Because, like I said, they have already created the false narrative that is you, chosen ones, when in reality, it's them. And they want to know if you're defending yourself. They want to know if you're talking about the treachery. Now, I will say, if people didn't want to be talked about in a negative way, they should have treated you better, chosen ones. I'm not talking about people who just go around lying and spreading mischief and lying on people's good names. I'm not talking about those people, right? Because you just low down and dirty. I'm talking about the people who are well-meaning and who, people are just straight up lying on your name. They hate to face the reality of who they are. And so they project everything that they've said you've done to them, they've done to you and other people. And they have to project that onto your reputation, onto your name, because it just makes them be able to, and then they even begin to believe their own lies. Yeah. They begin to believe their own lies because some of them, not all of them, some of them are pathological liars. You just lie. You wake up and tell a lie. Nobody even asks you anything. You just wake up and tell a lie. I'm in Mexico. You at Sandy Point. The water brown. Like, why are you lying? Why are you lying? Some people just wake up and tell a lie for no reason. Now nobody even asked you anything and you just lying. And so they want to know if they're being exposed. But Chosen was, what I found is you don't even gotta expose nobody. Because for real, these people, they expose themselves. So, who are they? They're haters, they're betrayers, they're lower level imps that spy on you. They gang stalk you. And why? For all the reasons I just said. They don't want to see you doing good. They want to know if you've come into the realization of, who you are. They want to know if your potential has fully manifested. They want to know if you're stuck, if you're still stuck after what they've done to you. And they want to know if you're talking about your experience with them and what you know about them. Because Chosen ones, I'm going to tell you, these people, they in the churches, they on the ministries. And I'm not talking, don't come for me because I'm not talking, I'm not trying to downgrade the church. I'm not. Because I myself am a believer. I do not, I have disconnected, and I no longer claim to be a Christian, but I still believe in holy doctrine, and I still believe in Yeshua. I still believe in Father, Son, and Spirit. I still believe in holy doctrine, even though I know it's been tainted. And I'm going to worship and believe like I want to worship and believe. Because there's a lot of stuff going on that I don't like, and I want to disconnect myself from it. And I'm going to tell you, these people have created not only false narratives about you, but false narratives about themselves. These people are pretenders. They got people thinking that they're you, and you are them. And so, they want to know if you're talking about it. They want to know if you are exposing them. And, people should have treated you better if they didn't want you to talk about them. For me, I'm not name calling nobody. And I know people are now seeing my videos. I don't care. Because one, anything I say on my channel can be verified. And I can provide receipt, some kind of receipt. Anything that I say or that I have experienced that I talk about on this channel is truth. And nobody, you can't get in trouble. You can't get sued for telling your truth, for telling what somebody done to you. You can't get sued for truth. But I don't say names because really, why? I don't have to. These people have exposed themselves unbeknownst to them. I don't have to expose you, but I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to talk about what I went through. I'm going to talk about the lies you told on me. I'm going to talk about the treachery and the backstabbing. And I'm going to talk about how you know you got to hate me because you know what you did to me. You know how you betray me. So you gotta hate me because you can't even look yourself in the mirror, and you can't even be my friend because you done been so cruddy and treacherous and backstabbing toward me that like you gotta hate me now. You don't even feel right not hating me. So you create this narrative, and there, take everything with a grain of salt, fit the puzzle how it fits in your situation, right? Because everything that may not apply, but some of these things apply to some people, and all of these things apply to some people. Okay? So we know who they are. We know what they want, but we don't know, well, why? Why are you doing this? Why monitoring spirits? Because this is what they don't know. They think that they are who they are, and they're doing what they're doing on their own accord. They don't even realize, in most cases, that they are under demonic influence. And so the why is they hate you for sure. They are jealous and envious of you for sure. They have betrayed you for sure. They're your haters for sure. They can't even tell you why. But the why is very spiritual. The why is demonically influenced people do things this way. And these people think that they're operating on their own accord, but it is a demonic agenda because, chosen ones, what the Creator has for you is so grand, is so great, and is so amazing that the lower level entities would stop at nothing to stop your destiny from taking place, to stop your growth, to stop your evolution, and to stop you from planting the seeds and raising the vibration on this earth. People don't even know why they coming for you, but they're under demonic influence. And so these are not all of the who, what, and whys, but this is what I wanted to talk about today. Monitoring spirits are demonically influenced. They're demonic. It's a very spiritual thing. And they really, really want to keep you discouraged. They really, really want to stop your destiny. They really, really want to sabotage you. So they monitor you, or they have other people monitor you so that they can strategically plan a way to interject themselves into your life to cause mayhem and destruction. But I want you to know, chosen ones, that you're chosen and that you are protected. The Creator is protecting you. The angels, the archangels above are protecting you. The ancestors are also angelic hosts, and I'm talking about the benevolent ancestors. The good, the ancestors that were of the light, the ancestors that were good and godly. The benevolent ancestors are on your spirit team. And God is ordering the universe, ordering angelic hosts as well as your ancestors, who I believe are also, godly beings to protect you. So it's not a matter of if they're going to try to stop your destiny from taking place. It's when. The weapon will be formed. For sure. The weapon will be formed. The weapon will even be used. But the weapon will not prosper. I want you to know, when you're chosen, when you do right by God, by people, when you do the best you can, and when you're open to growing, and when you're open to even rebuke, because we're not perfect people. When you're open to really look at yourself and say, you know what, I shouldn't have did that. I need to apologize to this person. When you are open to reproach, and you're just good, and you're just trying to do the very best that you can, the Creator sees you. And I want you to know that no monitoring spirit on earth or in hell can do anything about the destiny and calling that the Creator has upon your life. I want you to be encouraged, and I want you to know that the haters and the betrayers and the lower level imps gonna do what they do. They gonna people. They gonna monitor you, and they gonna try. The weapon will be formed. The weapon will even be used. But I want you to remember that the weapon will not prosper. And to any monitoring spirits that are on my page, that are going back running, talking about what I'm talking about, I won't stop. Because everything I speak is truth. And I'm going to speak my truth, and I will not stop. And I can only hope that one of my videos blesses you in such a way that you begin to actually change and raise your vibration. Because we're all called, but the chosen answers the call. And they answer the call not because they want to be in front of a camera, not because they want to be on a podium, not because they want to preach. They answer the call because they're willing to do the internal work on themselves. They're really willing to face the shadow. They're willing to face the toxic habitual behaviors. They're willing to deal with those things that trigger that, so that they can raise their vibration, so they can be all that God has called them to be. These people, the ones who are chosen, have the humility to know that they are not above reproach. It's not about being in front of an audience, being chosen. It's about being able to humble yourself so that you can evolve and become the best version of you, and that you will do the work, and it's not easy work. So let them continue to monitor you. But I want you to know, chosen ones, they ain't stopping a damn thing. I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm hoping that you're having a great week. Happy hump day to everybody. And, you know, I'm going to do another video before the week is out. I really felt led to do a video on monitoring spirits. And I got more videos coming up on friendships. And I got more story times coming up about friendships and people who have been less than a friend to me when I was a ride or die for them. I got story times for y'all that I'm going to tell. And I don't care who see. I'm going to tell my truth. And can't nothing or nobody keep me from it. Until next time, chosen ones, stand firm in your truth too. And continue to do the work so that we can continue to push forward toward destiny. Love you guys and have a good week.